Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial from Xenos Concept, and today I'll be showing you how to design an induction ceremony invitation using Photoshop. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, we open our software, Photoshop, and you can see the finished work on Photoshop right here. So we are going to go to File, and we are going to go to New Panel. We're going to change our width to 1050, and the height stays at 1350. So we're going to name the file Induction Poster. Cool. Yes, so this is the file that we're going to use for our design. And firstly, it's always blank canvas, which is the white background. And some of you might leave yours at transparent, which you have to add your own background, but that is right here. If you go to New, if you notice, you can see background content. Some is white, then you can leave it as transparent or background color. Anyone you can actually leave it as, but mostly I choose white background. Okay, so on this place we are going to bring in our files which we'll be using for the design. So first off, we're going to bring in our backgrounds, which is this two. So you're going to select this two, drag it in, enter. So we're going to put this one beneath, and we're going to put off the layout, this one on top. So on the one beneath, you press Ctrl T and you increase the size, make it fill the screen, press enter, and you go to filter, and you're going to go to blur, Gaussian blur. Now we're going to increase the blur of this to about 30 something. Let's see, 31 or something like that. Yeah, press OK, and for this one on top, just press Ctrl T, increase this one on top, you click on it. So make sure you click on the layer, because Photoshop will recognize that you're still in your old layer. So you click on the new layer you're going to, not as if you're adding a new layer, just click on the layer you want to work on. Remember that, because sometimes I've had issues over the past of pressing Ctrl T and it's transforming the layer that you were on, which is not the one that you want to actually work on. So it's better you actually click on your layers correctly when you're working on Photoshop. So you click on the layer, which is this one, not this one. You can notice how the layer changes. So you click on the one on top, Ctrl T, increase the size. Cool, enter. And now we're going to add the elements, which is the next one will be this element right here. Drag it into Photoshop, and we're just going to increase it here. Come about this place here. Yes, exactly. Think about there. Press enter, and we're going to add overlay to it. Yes, we're getting there. So this is the first part of it, getting the background of what we're going to use for our design. So we're going to bring in our model, and this is our model for today. So this is our model for today. You can check out on Instagram at Creative Lucia. Okay, so we're going to drag this here, put it here, and adjust it. So on this place we are going to add our background, so make it flow with the image right here. So we're going to come here, which is above this layer, this one right here, and we're going to come here to our image, come to create a new hue saturation. You're going to add a new hue saturation layer. If you come here, this place, you're going to add it right here, and this is our adjustment layer, layer. After that, after that you're going to come here and you're going to add a hue saturation layer, and now we're going to blend the background with this this color from her color. So we're going to come here, play with it a bit. I think this is close to green. I'm going to reduce saturation a bit. Okay, I believe that's a lighter version of this on our color, so I think we're on the right path. And we can just make it a bit like this. Okay, I think we're almost, yeah, that's it. Yes, perfect. So this is a lighter version of what we have of our color right here. Okay, so next up we're going to add our details, and you can see right here, Department of Prosthetics and Orthotics Technology, and the logo and everything about the design. We're going to add it right now. So come here. First thing, you have to come to your rectangle tool, click on it, and you draw a rectangle here. But then you make sure that the layer is on top of everything. Okay, so first of all, let's do something that will be easy for us. You click on the first layer of the background, and then you go to the last one, which is this so we're going to put everything that make up the background in one group folder, and we'll do that by clicking on the first part of the background, click on the last part, and we're going to go to this place, group, and we just let's just rename it as background. Okay, so now we're going to draw our ruler. Okay, so we're going to draw a rectangle right here, and there's a rectangle, so we're going to remove the stroke. We don't want the stroke. We're going to add more length to it, and we're going to add the edges. So the edges will be right here. Yeah, I think we can add about 22 or so. Press V, drag it right here, and we're going to use ruler to help us. So press Ctrl arrow to bring out the ruler, and then we'll drag it right here. Okay, so we just put the ruler about here, and then we adjust our rectangle. Okay, I think that's very cool. Drag it down a bit. So we have the ruler, which is the one on the left side. We have our rectangle, and then we have the background in one folder, which is in the group here. Okay, so next thing is that we're going to draw we're going to bring in our logos and text on the rectangle here. So come here, drag in the logos that we're using, drag it into the design, enter, enter, enter. So I have the 3 logos, and we select all of them, press Ctrl T, and before you select all of them, make sure that the logos are the same size. Yeah, you can see that this one is big, this one is smaller than the rest of them, so you have to increase it and make it fill the screen. And why did I do that? Because I want them to actually reduce at the same proportion, so one would be bigger than the other one. You get my point, right? So we have this, press Ctrl T, put it like this. Yeah, put it like this, and something like this. Yeah, press enter, and then you separate the logos like this one bit. Yeah, okay, so put it like this. Now you see the reason why I did it in a way. So you select all the 3 logos, and then you come here to align, let everything be aligned together. Yeah, the space should be equal. Then you drag it to your left. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we have this, as you can see here on top. This is the same thing we have here. Okay, so the next one will be come here, let's extend the rectangle a bit. and let's do that. Okay, cool. So the next one will be this text. So you click on each of them. So on your side, you have to type it. Okay, so you have to type, and yeah. So this is what we have next, and let's just copy from the design we have. Just come here to copy this too. On your side, you have to type it, because each department are different. You might be doing for a different medical field. So copy this, come here, Ctrl+Shift+V. Okay, so now there are different ways to actually paste in Photoshop. We have this here. So next thing will be our line at the middle. So you come here, choose a rectangle, and then you choose your line tool. So you drag that, you draw the line at the middle here. Cool, just demarcating both of them. Okay, so you remove the fill. We don't want the fill. You remove the fill and you leave the stroke. You adjust it a bit. The text, you drag it in. Okay, let's just make the everything like this. Come here a bit. Yeah. Move the text to be aligned. Okay. Years of experience will make you use your eye for alignment sometimes. Yeah, it happens to most of us. Okay, so you can actually just adjust your text and the logos on top. Just make it more bougie. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to add the remaining details, which we have the invitation text and the rest of the elements. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now, and we're going to use this rectangle right here. Now we're going to drag the rectangle, or let's leave it below, just drag it on top. Now there are different ways to actually duplicate a layer in Photoshop. You can press Ctrl J. You can either press Ctrl J or you press Alt. You hold Alt, you click and drag that layer so you duplicate it. So that's two different ways of actually duplicating a layer in Photoshop. So you come here, you drag this one down, right, which is the same thing we have here with the rectangle. So we come here and just put it here, press Ctrl T. Now because my link is on right here, which links both sides, both the width and height of the rectangle, if I don't want to actually apply this link when I'm dragging and expanding the rectangle, I'll just have to press Shift. You see, press Shift and it won't affect the link. But if I leave Shift, you notice how the design will be. You see, that's how the link works. So you just have to put it like this, hold Shift, and you put it down. Cool. Press Enter. Okay, so for the rectangle, we are going to choose use a gradient for the rectangle. So we are going to use a gradient right now. Now we're going to go to right click, blending options, and in your blending options panel, you are going to go to gradient overlay. So on the gradient overlay, we're not going to use red. Please do not say we're going to use red. So on the gradient overlay, you're going to do something fun. You click here. When you click here, you notice that if you come outside, you see this color picker eyedropper tool. So you come here, you click on this place. That's the color. You come here. Now let's see the color code of that color. That's different. And let's see. Let's use this one. Let's use 186060. Okay, I think that's fun. That's the darker version of this place here. So we're going to use that and press OK, and then we'll come here to this, click on this color, come here. Now you see, so I have these two colors and they're actually going well. This is the lighter version of the color we have here. So we'll come here, press OK, and OK. Cool. So we have this too, and I'm going to add a stroke to it, and on the stroke just going to add to be like this. I'm gonna leave it outside, and I'm gonna change the color to this color. Okay, and then reduce the opacity. It should not be seen. Okay, cool. Press OK. So we're there. Now on this bottom part of the design, I don't want this place to be seen on this background part. So we're going to go on top of the background, which is on top of the background group here. We're just going to go to this place, click here, and you go to gradient. So gradient will bring up a new layer. So on the gradient layer, you come here, click here, click on this place here, you select this color, right? This green color, and let's see the color code. Still, we don't want web colors, so we're gonna come here to 186060. I believe that's the color we have, and press OK. And on this place, we're going to change this color to the same thing, 186060. Press OK. Okay, so we can see the color is actually rhyming now together, and we press OK. Press OK. We have the color set. Cool, we're getting there. So we have this, and then we need now we're gonna have to bring in these things that we have here, which is your text. So for me, I'll just have to copy the text from here into the design we have. So for the text, we're going to be using poppins for the font typeface. So we select each of the text. Okay, so we're gonna paste it right here. Paste it, and now we have our details, everything all structured out. Now for the rectangle, we're gonna press Ctrl T, hold Shift, and we reduce the size like this. Yeah, right there. So this is almost getting us what we have here. So we have this, and now we know that afterwards we're going to adjust everything. So this is just the beginning. So have this ones first, and come here to this line we have on top, click on the line, we press Alt, drag it down. Yeah, now press Ctrl T, make sure that showing forward. Yeah, just come here, press Shift, drag to the end, press Enter, press Ctrl J, drag it down. Yeah, something like that. Now you click on those two layers and then you drag it down to fit it in that place. Wonderful. So we have this all settled out. We're getting there, we're almost getting there. It's a good start. Well done everyone if you're here. Okay, so we have all this all settled out now. So we have the first part, we're almost done with the design, we're almost getting there. So the next part will be adjusting some part of the design right now. So we have the rectangle, and we're gonna extend this a bit. So we'll come here, drag the bit like this, hold Shift, yeah, like that, press Enter, and we're gonna have this to the rectangle, which is on top, which is the one with the logo and the department. So we're gonna click on the rectangle, and we're gonna click on the logos. So select them. When you're selecting those things, you make sure that you are pressing shift. Click on them, and okay, and then you click on the department here and press. If you are on your layer here, when you're selecting it, you press Ctrl, but if you're outside your layer and you're on the canvas itself, you have to press shift. So that's a different thing. Then you select all this. Now for you not to make a mistake later, you can actually just group everything here like this. So yeah, it's a group now. So we have all this set, and we also have this one here set. So we're almost getting there, so don't be afraid. The next one will be adding our medical emblem, which is this right here. So you come here, drag it into the design, and we're gonna put it on top. Yeah, I think here will be good. Come here, Ctrl T, put it like this. Cool. Yeah, that's it. So we have this right here, and we can see that it has a gold color kind of look. And I want to make it the same color as the background we've been using since. So you just come here, you right click, go to blend options, and you go to color overlay. Color overlay. Now you're going to change the color blend mode to color. So on this color overlay, we're going to select this color we have, and voila, you can see everything goes well. Press OK. You add a drop shadow. You can make it like this. Let's put it right here. Make the distance, the size should be a bit smaller. Yeah, so we're until like this. Cool. I think we're yeah, just add a bit of distance. Cool. Okay. And so the next step would be making the design pop. So I'm going to add the remaining things that were, which is the information, including the date, the time, and those different elements. Okay, so the next step will be we will be adding this rectangle and this tab we have here. So it will be, you can come here, click on this rectangle. Now you press Alt, drag it up on top of the image, right? You put it here to save you the stress, you see. And then you come here, you remove the stroke because we do not want the stroke again, and you can reduce the opacity to give you this like this. So this is what we have right here. Okay, then on the image, now we want to make the image have a good feel, right? So the image, now what we are going to do is that we're going to have this image like this, and we're going to add glow on the edges to make the image blend with the background. Okay, so we're going to come here, we're going to add a new layer. So you click on this place to add a new layer, and then you press B for your brush, you increase it, make sure that your cap lock is off on this, so you put there, and then you come here to your blend modes, you go to screen, and then you're going to press Alt, select select a part of the green. So you can select this green, and on the screen, if you click here, if you notice, you see what's going on, you can see how the background now is blending with the image. So you just come here, reduce this right, you reduce the size, you come here, and we're going to just power clip everything into the image itself. And if there's any too much of this light, we just reduce it by adding a vector mask. So you just make it, and then you apply. Good. So you can actually delete this again, you apply it. Now let's go again, add a new layer, go to this blend mode, screen, and you on the brush, you select the color you want to use as your light effect source. You just come here, you can reduce the flow a bit, and then you just make it like this. You can see how the color is blending. Just yeah, cool. And yeah, we have this, so you can see how we did it here. That's what we're doing here, the same thing. It's looking all blended with the image. Okay, so we have that set. We just have to power clip it into the image itself. Cool. And we're gonna have another one that will be outside, so we're gonna add another new layer, and then we'll come here, go to screen, B again, press B, and if it doesn't work, you go to your brush. Okay, and you just add the color here, just a bit like this, make it glow. Okay, so the next step will be the remaining part of the design. We want to add a gradient here to cover up this place, and we're gonna add another emblem on top here, and let's do that. Okay, so we have this. Let's increase the opacity of this a bit. Cool. And then the gradient here, we're gonna bring in this gradient from down here. Yeah, this one, just gonna bring it right here. Cool. And we're gonna put it on top of this image, so we're gonna have to bring this thing on top here. Cool. And we're gonna have to bring the rectangle, which we have here. Yes, it's already on top. So for this gradient, we're going to right click, and we are going to set as a smart object. Ctrl T, and you reduce it a bit, press Shift. You can see how the things are actually working out. This is how you actually make it work out. So you just put it here like this. Cool, almost there. Okay, so you can see that the gradient actually covered some of the text, and to fix that, we have to make sure that the text is above the gradient. Okay, so we are going to do it like this. We're going to bring the text, all this text you see here, on top of the gradient. So you're going to come to answer satisfied, this part here, yeah, all this, drag to the top and put it on top of the gradient, and voila. Then for the lines, we don't want the lines to be on top of our hand, so the lines, we can actually take it backward. Yeah, exactly like this. So we're gonna the into, let's see the into, yeah, bring it here like this. Yeah, just make the ones that you want to be active be on top. Yeah, so you can see how everything is showing now, which is almost similar to what we have here. Okay, so we have this. Then let's continue. You rotate this a bit. Cool, right here. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so the next step, we will have to duplicate this. Ctrl J, then Ctrl T. Ctrl J, Ctrl T, and we're just gonna put it like this. So when this happens in Photoshop, you should know that something is wrong. Okay, so when this happens in Photoshop, that when you press Ctrl T and you notice that nothing is moving, right, you should know that something is wrong. So on your history, you go to where you were, like this is where it was before. So what you do now is that you press Ctrl S, right, press Ctrl S and save it again. Yeah, when you save it again, everything comes back to normal. Press Ctrl J, press Ctrl T, and you reduce the size. It's up. Yeah. Okay, so we have this right here. and that's almost similar to what we have here. Okay, so we have this right here, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to add a blur to it. So come here to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur. Yeah, a little bit of blur. Yeah, okay, that'll be enough. So I have this Gaussian blur, and then we're good to go. So next thing will be the details underneath. So come here, what we have to do is that we have this alignment. You just have to type all this with your text tool, and now I'm going to add all the icons on the folder, which will be easy for you to actually drag and drop when you're designing next time. So I'm just going to copy this. Then I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to bring in this rectangle which is on top right here, put it down. Yeah, so this is what we are. So it's a simple now what we did right now is we actually practice more on where we're actually going to put our text, where we're actually going to put our image, and where we're going to place each of the elements around the design. So your hierarchy or alignment matters when you're doing design. That's what actually makes up a design, those little things that actually affect your design. So you know where you can blend your images from, and what you will be adding to each of those places. So that's what we just did right now, and you can see how the design came out. So the last thing we're going to do now is that we're going to add our camera raw filter. And what we do next is that we press Alt Ctrl Shift E, and yeah, you come here, convert that layer. Now that layer takes everything in the design, so you have to just press Alt Ctrl Shift E, and it gives you a new layer, and you convert that layer to Smart Object. Come to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and you wait for it to load. Yeah, we have this right here, and we just come here to Texture, and what we do next is Detail. You can add sharpening, or you can add noise reduction, and also on your effect you can actually come here and then you go to vignette. You add a little bit of vignette to it. Yeah, we're good to go. So this is how you make that design, like this. Now this is the exact design we've done, and if you're asking how we did that thing on the background, which is the text we have on the background, which is this, you can see this the kind of overlay right here. Now that was made from a text, and it's not actually compulsory that you add it, but if you want to add it, you can go on top of the background, so you go on top of the background here, right? And on top of that background, you just have to go on top of the gradient, because the gradient will actually cover it if you put it on top of the background itself. So you come to your text and you type your model's name. Now when you type it, you just have to go to your character, change the typeface to something a bit fun. Let's see, Britannic signature. Yeah, Britannic signature. Press Ctrl T, create the size. Yeah, so you have something like this. Cool. You can see how we created that. That's how we created it. Yeah, and I'll just come here to press enter, and we go to white, something white, and then you come here to your screen, or I think overlay will be better, overlay, and you come here to your color. Let's choose this green, yeah, something green, yeah, something green. You can see how it's coming up là. Yeah, yes, exactly. So this is how you add those things on your text. You can actually bring it up, and yeah, different things you can do with it. You can bring it up and you can put it right here, anyhow you want it. It's a very good way to actually, you know, mix up and add some different types of idea, like design ideas, how to add overlays to your design. Okay, so when you do that, the same thing you do, you press Alt, Ctrl+Shift+E, and right click, convert to smart object. You can actually copy your camera filter from here into this one if it's a smart object. You just have to press Alt, click on the smart filter, drag it down to that layer, and voila. So you can actually copy camera filter from another smart object to another one, so you can actually just mix that together. So I believe we'll come to the end of this tutorial, and I'm gonna add the files to a folder where you can actually collect it and use for your own designs if you are given an induction ceremony to design. And now lastly, why we chose this interface, which is the 1050 by 1350, is because of, if in case you want to use this design for a jotter or a notebook. So we have this, right? We can actually copy the smart object we have here with the finished design. Press Ctrl C, and we go to this PSD file. Now you can see I've already tried it and it's looking really good. So we can come here to our filter, our smart object, press Ctrl+Shift+V, yeah, Ctrl+Shift+V, and wait for it to paste. Yes, Ctrl+T, yeah, and then we increase it. Yes, you can see how it fits in perfectly well. Then you press Ctrl+S to save it, and next thing, you wait for it to load. Wait for it, and then you close it, and yes, you can see how it's looking. So that's why we actually use that size for doing the design. Okay, so thank you very much for sticking to the end of this video. If you have any tutorial that you will recommend that we do together, please don't fail to add that to the comment section below. Peace out.